I'd like to welcome our next guest, Evan Dimov. Evan, good to see you, sir.
Nice seeing you too.
So after successfully developing businesses, opening restaurants and retail stores, making them profitable and selling them, Evan found a perfect fit with Mr. Electric in 2022. And despite having no experience in the electrical industry, he discovered that running a Mr. Electric franchise was more manageable than his previous businesses. Evan now mentors new franchisees looking to grow their business. So Evan, I'm so glad that you could join us here today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, appreciate it. You have a really unique perspective on business ownership. So if you could, can you tell the audience a little about your background and history in growing businesses?
So my first business here in the United States was in 1995.
Okay.
So hotel gift shops. So we started with hotel gift shops. Then I opened a lot of different retails, Samsonite, authorized dealer, writing instruments like Mont Blanc.
Sure.
And restaurants, pizzerias, and more retails. And I had a franchise on a couple of restaurants. And then I thought I knew everything. I said, let me open a non-franchise on my own. And the reality is the franchise system is much easier, so I'm back on a franchise system now.
Excellent. Very diverse experience and background.
Yeah.
What motivated you to start a franchise in an industry where you had no prior experience like Mr. Electric?
So, I hear what people say. You got to open something that you enjoy.
Okay.
I enjoy make money.
Excellent.
So I found something that, on the end of the day, can provide for my family.
Okay.
And in an industry that I see a lot of opportunities, even though I have no experience on that industry. But the experience I did have, or I do have, is owning franchise systems. So I understand that you don't need to have a lot of experience on you don't have to be good in any part of business or on the industry that you're going to get in,
right,
because of the fact that a franchise system offers you that opportunity to learn from different perspectives. If you don't have business experience, listen to the franchisor, follow their system. If you have a little bit of business experience, follow the system, listen to the franchisor. Now, the benefit of the franchise system is not even so much the franchisor, but if you have a good franchise system, is the fellow franchisees.
For sure.
Because then you're going to learn from your competition, on the same industry, and explaining to you how they do it and how they overcame some situations that is going to come your way. So I think that's the best benefit in a franchise system. So you can learn ahead of the game. Once you sign that franchise agreement, hey, start calling the franchisees, and say, I'm at this stage. What did you do back then? And the good thing about it is that you have different levels of franchises or franchisees, different income level, meaning that some just started.
Right.
And you can get their perspective, a fresh perspective. Hey, what at this time of the economy, what did you do? Mm-hmm. And then the guys who've been through many different cycles on the economy, and you can learn from them. Say, oh, that's what I'm going to see in front of me. So that's the best benefit you get from a franchise system, in my opinion. And because I have business experience.
Yeah.
If I didn't have any business experience, I would get from everything. Don't get me wrong. The franchise system has to be followed.
Yeah. It's interesting. We hear a lot when folks are starting to go through the mutual valuation process that, hey, what are the number one or number two reasons why they're looking at it? And rarely do they say in the top two is the network of franchise owners. Fast forward 6 months or a year later, almost every owner then would say the number one or number two thing they love is the franchise owners that they have in Mr. Electric, specifically like you just talked about. If you're in business by yourself, you don't have that network of people to call to be able to get a good idea of, hey, what do you do about this, or how are you handling that? And that network has been a extremely positive piece for Neighborly and obviously franchising in general. I really appreciate you sharing that. Was there anything in particular about the home service sector that kind of drove your decision to come in and be an owner for Mr. Electric?
Yes. So on the retail industry, you know what happened in the retail industry.
Yes.
You know, so there's a couple of big guys dominating and taking over the market. We don't even need to name them. You know who they
Right.
are. And on the restaurant industry is a little different too, because things have changed. Okay, technology has improved in a way that it's hard on the restaurant industry. And I saw an opportunity on the service industry, and I did my due diligence. You know, I contact a lot of different types of franchise systems, not just this home service industry,
Sure.
but different industries. And one thing that I found is, because of my background, that I'm always looking for an exit strategy. Okay, it doesn't mean that I want to sell this one, because I don't. But if I do need it, what would be a business model that would be easier for me to get out?
Sure.
And the home service industry, what I found is a lot of venture capital companies investing on that industry. So I know there's a lot of prospective buyers if I do need to get out.
Start with the end in mind. That's great.
You do have to have your final goal, and the rest you got to work backwards to create the steps. You know, and I think the franchises, Neighborly per se, okay, because there was other electrical industry franchise system that I saw out there, and what attracted me to Neighborly is that they are the biggest one. You know, and the synergy that comes from different brands that is also in the service industry, it's great. So the possibilities, and it's on my side. So I like to work with probability. I'm not that smart, so if the probability is on one side, that's what I'm going for.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. I want to transition to another side of it. How effective is the training and ongoing support provided by franchisee in helping you understand the industry and run your business?
The support is there. Okay, so the amount of resources and things that they did all the hard work, you know. So they give you through their portals and trainings, they give you the ability to learn from every part, you know, every part of the business, from marketing to recruiting to accounting to everything. So you go and sharp those areas that you need more help. So there's a lot of material out there, you know, and it is up to you to see, you know, the part that you need the most help, and go and get those help. And again, I'm going to go back to the franchisees, because they are going to give you the experience that you need, because the difficulty that you have in the one area, maybe you might have in the one area, or you want to be proactive in that specific area, you go and look for other franchisees who did well. So that, for me, is the best part.
Yeah. I always tell folks as they're considering whatever franchise they might be looking at is, don't ask just about the training you get up front, but what is the continuous training that they continue to provide over time? And that's one of the things that, you know, a really good system will not only just get you up and running, but they will stay state of the art and be out in front and keep people trained. It sounds like that's what you're seeing. So.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. Not only that, but look, reunion, once a year reunion with all the brands together. Right? The amount of knowledge there is incredible. Plus, the training that they offer on those reunions. In addition to the reunion, they have these, I'll say, specialty workshops, you know. So, and they go to different states, different places, and do training. So They train you, and you can bring your crew to get the knowledge as well. So a lot of training. It's fantastic.
Just shows you don't have to have the experience on the front end. A good system will help drive that.
Look, my experience on the electrical industry is I got shocked a couple times, okay, and there's nothing there, So it was hard. Let's say, how are you gonna hire an electrician if you don't know how to talk to them? Well, you talk to other owners and say, what would be the best questions to ask? And they give you that. So that's, again, it is, you can do it. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Great feedback. What were some of the mistakes you made early on, if any, and what lessons did you learn from those as you were starting your business?
The mistake that I made, and I continue making, I try to improve myself on that, is not listening 100% to the franchise system. Okay, because I, with all my experience and my personality, I say, okay, I think I can do this, and this way might be a little better. But the reality is not. Okay, the reality is just go back and follow exactly what the system is telling you to do. Drop your ego, drop your pride, and sometimes it's hard, but and just follow the system. So that's one of the things that I continue trying to improve. Is just listen to the system and just follow the directions, because you can go around and circle and come back to the same place. So and then they go, let me take a straight shot to that direction now with their system.
It's interesting. David had the exact same feedback about when he started his to follow the system. So, what do you believe are the key factors that have contributed to your success in the industry, despite your initial lack of knowledge on Mr. Electric?
Well, look, you got to put the hours, okay?
Okay.
In the beginning, okay, and you just learn, just trying to learn. And I don't think that, if you put anybody in a franchise system, if they follow the system, drop their pride, they're gonna do well. And it's hard. But people say, well, business is hard, or this is hard. Well, I see the grass on the other side, okay? And I know how much easier it is to develop a business that you have support behind you. And that's what, in my opinion, the franchise system gives you.
Agreed.
And it comes support from so many different directions, so you are not alone. You own your own business, but you're not alone.
Agreed. Agreed. What are your future goals for your franchise, and how do you plan to achieve those?
So when I opened, I had my 5-year goal. My 5-year goal is the first 5 years. I have the number in mind. Okay, that I want to achieve when I reach the 5 years, and is developing the market, creating a good foundation. So right now, I just purchased more zip codes. Beginning of the year, yeah.
Okay.
Well, in the zip codes analogies, that's the foundation, because then I can build a bigger business.
Okay.
So I'm covering my zip codes, and then developing the business, growing those zip codes. But now I'll tell you this. What I did in the beginning is I purchased the zip codes and I bought the options. And the good thing is that I'm glad that I did, because if I had not got the options, somebody else probably would have taken those zip codes from me, and it would limited my growth. So you don't have to go crazy buying the zip codes. Just be conservative. Buy some zip codes, get some options, and grow the business, on your own pace. So the risk reward is on your side.
Got it. One of the pace, you just gave a little of this, but what advice would you give to someone who's looking to start a business like Mr. Electric?
I think start Mr. Electric. It's not a business like Mr. Electric. There is no a business like Mr. Electric. Okay, start a business, Mr. Electric. That's my advice. And I see other systems, and I know, especially now after a year and a half, I've seen how other companies in the same industry operate, and there's nothing close to the leadership of Mr. Electric. And one thing that I want to add is listening to one of the presentations from the president of Mr. Electric made me realize why, I set up goals, and I set up very high goals. Okay. And I don't get that all the way. I get close, but I don't get that all the way. And that made me realize why on the last meeting that we did, his last presentation was, you have to focus on your business and focus more in what's possible, and focus less on the problem. So you got to acknowledge the problem, but basically focus 90% of your energy on what you want to achieve, and 10% to think about the problem. Don't forget about the problem, but focus on how can I improve. And another piece that I got from a different, I'm not going to say the last piece that I got from, which is a very important piece, but I'm not going to share that with you, because I think this is one of the benefits of having being part of a franchise system, and I'm not going to give that away. So
sounds like they're going to have to call you to get
they're going to have to, no, they're going to have to sign their agreement to be part of the system, and I'll tell them which franchisee told me that piece of advice that kind of changed my perspective.
Awesome. Well, listen, thank you so much for being with us here today, Evan. You're a true success as a business owner, and the success you've seen on the franchise. So thank you for sharing the story with us today and your insights on that. So appreciate it.
Thank you.
When it comes to franchising, we know there are many opportunities out there. I hope that David and Evan were helpful in sharing their stories of starting their businesses and the value in having a diverse professional background. Just because you don't have experience in an industry doesn't mean that it's not the right fit for you. We're always looking for franchise owners who can bring their skills and leadership to a Neighborly brand. When the time comes and you are ready to explore your business ownership options, I hope you consider Neighborly. You can visit our website at franchise.neighborly.com for more information, or you can reach out to me directly. I'm always willing to help guide others on their journey or get you in touch with one of our experienced franchise developers. Before you go, I want to remind you of a few things. A replay of this webinar will be available on our website, so you can re-watch as many times as you would like. We'll also provide the replay link via email for you to review or share with someone else. So be sure to watch your email for information about our next webinar. Thank you all for watching. We look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Take care.